Well, hello, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo. And as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, man, this doesn't work. Let's get open for business here and let's wake up the football gods this afternoon. And don't forget, tonight, 9 o'clock Eastern, we'll be right here live streaming, talking about the Dallas Cowboys. And of course, we always have a lot to talk about. Des Bryant, he's not ready to give up on football just yet after the Achilles tendon, after being cut by the Dallas Cowboys, after practicing for 1 week with the New Orleans Saints and rupturing his Achilles. He still wants to play football, and we believe it. He wants to come play back with the Dallas Cowboys. DeMarcus Ware, he wants to come and coach for the Dallas Cowboys. Jason Witten, well, today, happy birthday, Jason Witten. It's his 37th birthday, and they say he is playing like a young man again. He wants to get that ring, as well as Sean Lee. And of course, the Dallas Cowboys are on phase 2 of OTA workouts. So they're getting out on the field, running routes and things like that, getting themselves together for the 2019 season. Now, one of the question marks that are out there is Randy Gregory. Randy Gregory. And I know a lot of fans are still out there saying, why is it he is still even on the field? Why is he still, not on the field, on the team? Cut your losses. Get rid of the guy, man. He's a bum. He's always out there smoking weed. He can't stay off the weed. But here's the thing. First and foremost, understand this. When you are suspended, the team's not paying you. He is still on his rookie contract. And the NFL seems to be softening their stance a little bit on weed. And as the two sides get ready to jockey for the collective bargaining agreement, DeMaurice Smith and, of course, Roger Goodell, the big showdown, more than likely something will change with that policy, much like the NBA, much like in society in general. But here's the thing that I wonder about with weed. Okay, I don't smoke weed. Okay. But marijuana, it's not a performance enhancer, right? I mean, it's not like a steroid or HTH where you're getting a physical advantage over the other guys, right? In fact, I might even argue that you kind of get the munchies, past the Doritos, past the chips, man. And let me have a hot fudge sundae to go along with that, man, and some Fritos. So I dare say smoking weed might actually be against your physical being for playing football. So I don't think it's an advantage there, right? When you smoke weed, you don't get like extra aggression. You don't turn into like the Incredible Hulk where you're just smashing people. The last time I remember, weed kind of mellows you out, right? It's a calming effect, right? Am I wrong on that? So as far as getting a little extra advantage from there, it's not really there, right? Now, this is the fourth time Randy Gregory has been suspended for marijuana and has some mental issues that marijuana helps. Now, most players in the NFL know that as long as you don't test positive, you get tested one time a year. And you know when that test is coming. So as long as you're clean for that test, you don't have to worry about any other ones. And unfortunately, though, if you get into the program, you get tested randomly, anywhere, anytime, and so on. But I ask you this, with regards to Randy Gregory, who definitely likes to smoke weed, as opposed to David Irving. David Irving, this is night and day different because David Irving makes no bones about it. David Irving says, you know what, I'm so gifted, I can just roll out of bed and just be great on the field, so I don't have to work that hard. David Irving literally gave the middle finger to the Cowboys as far as play on the field and practice, and they bent over backwards trying to accommodate him and still kept giving them the finger. And then on the way out the door proceeded to try and throw people under the bus. We've never had any of that with Randy Gregory. And as far as we were told that he's working on rehab and getting himself straight and all that. Because I ask you this. Have we ever heard about Randy Gregory smoking weed and driving? Arrested for that or anything? No. Have we seen Randy Gregory go after coaches physically? No. Have we heard Randy Gregory throw people under the bus? No. Have we heard Randy Gregory blame anybody else for this issue? The NFL, their policy, the teammates, anybody? No. Do we have any police reports of Randy Gregory domestic violence, gun charges, child abuse? No. Because here's what's kind of makes you say, what the fuck? What the fuck? Think about this. Randy Gregory is suspended indefinitely until the commissioner decides something different. The fate of Randy Gregory is in the commissioner's hands for smoking weed because he can't stay off the weed. Kareem Hunt was on a video beating the crap out of a woman after having other off the field issues. He only got 8 games. Eight-game suspension. He'll be back middle of the season. Reuben Foster for the Washington Redskins, who's had multiple domestic violence arrests, allegations that have been later recanted, been arrested for weed possession, gun charges. He just got fined just 2 game checks. Randy Gregory, no, he's a bad guy. There's no way in the world we can let that guy play. Tariq Hill. Tariq Hill, who's pled guilty before to domestic violence, who there's this audio tape of him and his significant other, baby mama, whatever you want to call it, discussing his 3-year-old son's broken arm. And him saying that the child needs to learn respect. He didn't admit that he broke his arm, but I'm sorry, a 3-year-old learning respect? The NFL is silent on that situation. But smoking weed for mental health, it's not acceptable. Does anybody else think, what the fuck? The good thing is Randy Gregory is trying to get himself right. And understand, an addiction is an addiction. And there's no rhyme or reason when you're addicted to something. And it's not, that goes beyond drugs. There's gambling addicts, there's sexaholics, there's alcoholics, and things like that. It's just something that happens. The only person that's getting hurt in the situation is Randy Gregory himself. He's not affecting the lives of others, well, unless you're talking about the Dallas Cowboys, in which case, because he's not playing. But that, to me, is why the Dallas Cowboys are supporting him as opposed to David Irving. Randy is always there ready to work out, to do whatever the coaches ask of him. trying to make amends for what has happened, for his transgressions and so forth. And they're hoping, of course, that he gets right and can be a productive part of football. And let's be honest here, too. Because he has some God given ability, that's why, another one of those reasons why you support and hope that he can get himself together. So that's where we are. We'll have to wait and see what the NFL commissioner says. I think Jerry Jones has a little insight onto this, and I don't know that he'll be suspended for the whole year. In fact, Jerry Jones seems to think that he may be back by the beginning of the season. And in the grand scheme of things, if Kareem Hunt got suspended only 8 games for beating the hell out of somebody, how can you justify Randy Gregory for a year for smoking weed? I'm Mark Holmes, and I hope to see you guys tonight, 9 o'clock Eastern, right here on the Jobu Sports Report. I'll see you soon.